The Los Angeles Dodgers kept their home momentum going with a thrilling 6-3 victory over the San Diego Padres, thanks largely to an explosive fourth inning that shifted the entire game in their favor. That inning became unforgettable, not only for the runs scored, but also for a heated exchange between Andy Pages and Dylan Cease, which almost boiled over into a full-on confrontation between the two teams. The moment that sparked the tension came shortly after Max Muncy delivered a clutch two-run single that put the Dodgers ahead for the first time in the game. Right after that, Pages stepped up to the plate and was hit on the left arm by a blistering fastball clocked at nearly 98 miles per hour. The impact clearly rattled him, and without hesitation, Pages shot a sharp glare towards Cease and made a pointed gesture that seemed to accuse the pitcher of throwing with intent. The benches nearly emptied as the atmosphere turned electric, but cooler heads prevailed and the game quickly resumed. With the tension simmering down almost as fast as it had flared up, Pages was able to shake off the shock and eventually came around to score during the Dodgers' remarkable 5-run surge in that pivotal fourth inning, a burst that ultimately sealed their lead and swung the momentum firmly in their favor. In the aftermath of the game, Pages opened up about the incident, explaining that he believed the hit by pitch was deliberate. His suspicion stemmed from what he thought was the Padres' assumption that he had been relaying signs from second base after doubling earlier in the third inning. Pages was convinced that the Padres took offense to his actions, which he described as simply jumping at second base, nothing more than his natural reaction. He stated in Spanish that they thought I was relaying signs when I was jumping at second base, I think, implying that the Padres read something into his behavior that wasn't actually there. From his perspective, it seemed highly unlikely that Cease, a pitcher known for his precision, would miss a slider on the corner of the strike zone and then throw a fastball inside that hit him. To Pages, the fastball was so far off the mark that it didn't feel accidental at all. Despite his initial anger and frustration, Pages admitted that he probably overreacted in the heat of the moment. He took responsibility for his reaction and shared that he attempted to communicate this directly to Cease. I don't think it was the right way to react, but like I told him, there are things you don't really see sometimes. I told him I reacted on adrenaline, Pages said, showing a level of maturity in recognizing that the situation was charged and that emotions sometimes get the better of players on the field. This admission sheds light on the emotional intensity that often accompanies close games, where split-second decisions and actions can be misinterpreted, escalating tension even between professional athletes. Leading up to that fourth inning, Cease had been pitching with remarkable control, managing the Dodgers lineup without much trouble. He was in cruise control, inducing outs and keeping the score close, which is why Pages' suspicion that the hit by pitch was intentional made sense. From an emotional standpoint, if a pitcher suddenly throws a wild fastball that hits a batter in such a critical moment, it's natural to wonder if there's a message behind it. However, from a strategic angle, the situation was far less straightforward. The Padres were trailing by only 1 run at that point, and putting another runner on base voluntarily by hitting a batter would not have been the smartest move. The top of the Dodgers lineup was coming up next, making it risky for Cease to intentionally give the opposition an extra base runner. This suggests that frustration might have been a bigger factor in the pitch that struck Pages than any deliberate attempt to send a message. It is highly likely that Cease simply lost control of that pitch or was attempting to pitch aggressively inside and missed his spot. Pages, understandably upset after getting hit by a nearly 100-mile-per-hour fastball on the arm, reacted instinctively. Fortunately, both teams managed to put the incident behind them quickly, avoiding any escalation that could have overshadowed the rest of the game. The moment highlighted just how quickly tensions can rise on the baseball diamond, but also how players and coaches often work hard to keep things professional and prevent minor incidents from derailing the larger battle at hand. Dodgers manager Dave Roberts weighed in on the situation after the game, offering a perspective that differed slightly from Pages' interpretation. Roberts expressed doubt that Cease's hit by pitch was intentional, emphasizing the fact that getting hit by a pitch at that speed never feels good, and that frustration alone could explain Pages' reaction. I don't think it was intentional. It just never feels good to get hit on the arm by 100, Roberts said. His comments reflect the complexity of judging intent in moments like these, where emotions run high and the speed of the game leaves little time for players to process what is really happening. Roberts pointed out that the situation was diffused quickly, suggesting that everyone involved recognized it as an unfortunate part of the game. Rather than a deliberate act designed to provoke conflict, the interaction between Pages and Cease serves as a reminder of the fine line pitchers walk when trying to dominate the strike zone, while also using inside pitching as a strategic weapon. Inside pitches can be effective at keeping batters off balance, but when those pitches come too close or hit a batter, it can trigger suspicion and tempers flaring. In this case, the combination of Pages' natural reaction to being hit hard and the context of the game made the incident feel more charged than it perhaps truly was. Nevertheless, it injected a moment of drama into an already intense game and gave fans something to talk about beyond just the final score. While the immediate focus was on the rivalry and tension between the players in that fourth inning, the Dodgers' ability to capitalize on the situation and score 5 runs during that stretch proved crucial. It showed resilience and determination to take advantage of any opening. Regardless of distractions, this ability to stay focused under pressure is often what separates good teams from great ones, especially in tight games against formidable opponents like the Padres. As the game progressed, the Dodgers maintained their lead and showcased solid pitching and timely hitting, building on the momentum sparked by that defining fourth inning. Ultimately, the story of Pages and Cease is one of competitive fire meeting the razor-thin margins of professional baseball. It reveals how moments that might seem minor to casual observers can carry significant emotional weight for players deeply invested in every pitch, every at-bat, and every run. The game is a high-stakes chess match played at incredible speed, and when tempers flare, it is a natural part of the sport's drama. Yet, the quick resolution and mutual respect shown afterward reflect the professionalism ingrained in these athletes. This blend of intensity and respect keeps the game compelling and reminds fans why baseball continues to be such a beloved pastime. Despite the intensity of the moment between Andy Pages and Dylan Cease, the game quickly moved past the confrontation, returning focus to the battle on the field. Cease, who had been in command for much of the outing, showed resilience and composure to continue facing the Dodgers' powerful lineup. The Padres' pitching staff recognized that maintaining control and avoiding unnecessary conflicts was key to staying competitive against a team known for capitalizing on mistakes. For the Dodgers, the incident seemed to ignite a fire, fueling their offensive push in that critical fourth inning that turned the tide of the game. The strategic implications of the hit-by-pitch moment were clear to both dugouts. From the Padres' perspective, Cease's inside pitching was likely intended to assert dominance and keep hitters wary, especially against a lineup loaded with talent. Inside fastballs can be an effective psychological tool to unsettle batters and disrupt their timing. But the line between intimidation and danger is razor-thin. When a pitch crosses that line and hits a batter, it raises questions about intent and sportsmanship. However, the quick reaction from both teams and the absence of any retaliatory actions demonstrated a mutual understanding that baseball is a game filled with high stakes and split-second decisions, not personal vendettas. Andy Pages' response to the incident also highlighted the mental toughness required to compete at the highest level. Being hit by a pitch, particularly at such a high velocity, can rattle even the most experienced players. Pages showed not only physical toughness by recovering and scoring during that crucial inning, but also emotional maturity in admitting that his initial reaction may have been fueled more by adrenaline than a clear judgment of intent. This self-awareness is a testament to the professionalism expected in Major League Baseball, where players must manage their emotions while staying focused on the team's goals. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. Whispers are growing louder in the baseball world as rumors swirl around the Los Angeles Dodgers, possibly bolstering their pitching rotation with none other than all-star FREDDY Peralta. Known for his blazing fastball and devastating slider, Peralta has been a standout performer, catching the eyes of many across the league, and the Dodgers might just be the next team to benefit from his talent. FREDDY Peralta, currently a key figure in the Milwaukee Brewers pitching staff, has shown remarkable growth over recent seasons. His ability to consistently overpower hitters and maintain composure in high-pressure situations makes him a highly sought-after asset. The Dodgers, always aggressive in pursuing top-tier talent to maintain their championship aspiration, seem to be eyeing him as a potential addition to strengthen their starting rotation, which has shown moments of vulnerability throughout the season. While no official statements have been made, insiders suggest that the Dodgers front office has been in preliminary talks regarding a trade or signing that could bring Peralta to Los Angeles. The move would signal a bold attempt to not only shore up their pitching, but also send a strong message to rival teams that the Dodgers remain serious contenders for the title. Given Peralta's all-star pedigree and his ability to dominate games, his presence on the mound could be a game-changer in the playoff push. The Brewers, on the other hand, may face a difficult decision if these rumors hold any truth. Losing a pitcher of Peralta's caliber would undoubtedly impact their rotation, but the potential return in prospects or other players could be tempting enough to consider a deal. Speculation is rife that Milwaukee could leverage this opportunity to rebuild or add depth in other areas of their roster. Fans and analysts alike are buzzing about what this potential acquisition could mean for the Dodgers' chances this season. With their eyes set on postseason glory, adding Peralta could provide the consistency and firepower they've been missing against tough opponents. Moreover, his experience on big stages and proven track record of success would be invaluable in high-stakes games. While nothing is finalized, the possibility of FREDDY Peralta joining the Dodgers adds a thrilling layer to the trade rumors circulating in Major League Baseball. Whether this will materialize into an official move remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: the Dodgers are actively exploring every avenue to enhance their roster. For now, fans will be watching closely, hoping the buzz turns into reality, potentially rewriting the course of the season in Los Angeles. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.